My name is Andre and I'm creating a TCG game from scratch. Follow me in this journey. 3 years ago I started creating a board game as a hobby, driven by my passion for board games and crafting things from scratch. I designed everything using Canva templates and ordered a professional looking copy from China, thinking it was ready, the perfect game, the perfect copy, even though I'd only tested it a dozen times by myself, which was proven to be a huge mistake as the game was clearly unbalanced and relied 90% on luck, if not more. The goal was to be the first to reach an opponent's home base on an X-grid map, and you would roll terrain-based dice, gather resources, build infrastructures and battle your way forward using outrageous funny beasts while avoiding the terrifying evil wolf and trying to greet the benevolent one for rewards. It was always meant to be a fun parody game with some strategic depth, and the goal was to unify the hardcore geeks, hardcore nerds with casual players in a single game. But the first version missed the mark, so I decided to deepen the game and focus more on the cards. I've been a TCG fan since I was 8, and I was collecting everything from Pokemon to a forgotten Harry Potter TCG that nobody ever heard about. So, as I just loved the TCGs, the cards, the collecting, the thrill of the chase, I started to make this game much more focused on the cards themselves. I was using AI generated art for the first prototypes, but later on I had to start illustrating by myself to be more expressive, to have more freedom to make exactly what I wanted and to make a much more personalized, much more customized game. I didn't have any illustration experience, so I had to learn how to use all the tools. I bought a tablet and this pen to draw on the tablet. I was watching hours of tutorials and I finally made some artwork, as you can see on these cards that are showing now from the previous version of the game. I didn't go too far on these illustrations as the game was constantly changing. I think I made about 12 physical prototypes, as this is just one of them, one that was in the middle. I was trying to get rid of the X-grid map and have some more like world map, and there was so many physical prototypes as this one that you are seeing that were just thrown away because there was always some need for change, constant change. And later on I started using Tabletopia. There's a website dedicated to board game testing, and the game evolved and evolved and evolved to, I don't know, more than 30 different versions until reaching this point that was absurd. I was just losing 1 hour of my time trying to explain the rules of this game. There was chapter cards, there were deck building, there was your hand, there was the resources, there was the buildings. You had camps and villages and cities and troopers and the ministry and the royal bank, supreme court, whisper cards, cartel influence tokens, juice tokens. You could play level 1 or level 2. It was too complex, so it had to change. And now this is the current point of the game. I'm trying to convert everything, all the systems, all the mechanics, not all, but most of them, into a single fully based 100% TCG game. So I'm just at this point, let's say the 0 point, the stage, the beginning of everything. Even though I'm doing this game for 3 years, it feels always like I'm starting from scratch. So if you want to follow the journey from this game becoming fully 100% TCG, just follow this journey.